Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel for another video. Today I just wanted to do something that's going to be a little bit short, a little bit fun, and I wanted to discuss or list, I guess, just some fashion trends that no matter how hard I try, I can't stand. I have seen so much, in the media at the moment of, celebrities dressing, going to all these like galas and Oscars and blah, 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 blah. And sometimes I just look at what these people wear and I'm like, ugh, And I try not to judge people because everybody likes their own thing and people look good in different stuff. So if anything that I list here is like so up your alley and you look good in it, you look great in it, that is absolutely fine. But for me, there's just some things I can't handle when it comes to me and my fashion, and I do discuss on this channel a fair bit that I am trying to like learn a little bit more about like what I like and what I want to wear and things like that. So these are things that so far I have discovered just aren't for me. Alright, and honestly a lot of them are like trends from when I was like a preteen teenager that I'm seeing coming back at the moment, and I wasn't for them then and I'm not for them now. The first one, and I have to say that I was a culprit of this as a child, but we can't judge our past selves. I can only make sure I don't re-offend in the future, and it's jelly sandals. Just why? Now to be fair, I'm not a huge sandal person anyway. I'm very specific when it comes to sandals that I like. They have to be adjustable at the front and the back, they have to have a heel strap, and they have to be at least somewhat durable or have support. I have one pair that I have found that I really like, and I brought them in Rarotonga, and I am tempted to fly back to Rarotonga to buy them again in multiple other colours because I cannot seem to find any sandals anywhere that I like. Mark calls them my Adam sandals, and you know what? They're worth it because they're better than jelly sandals. Jelly sandals? I get it, they were hyped at the time, but please don't bring these back. For me specifically, and this is a huge trend that I know so many people love, so I'm probably going to get someone say something about this, but it's just animal print in general. Now I was going to say cheetah print because I'm really not a fan of cheetah print things personally, but literally as I was writing this list, I saw someone on like Depop selling a skirt that was zebra print, and I was like, jeepers, we cannot be bringing this back. Not again. I've escaped from the savannah once, I don't know if I can do it twice. I think in my life I've genuinely owned like one thing that had cheetah print on it, and it was like a pair of tights or something like that. And I never ever wore them. I've always hated it. The only thing I've kind of worn or liked that had like a bit of cheetah print or animal print on it was a blazer of my sister's, and I wore that to one of my school balls back in the day. It was a really nice jacket, and I will say that that one was done nicely, but for me, I just don't think it's my vibe. Okay, this one I'm actually very passionate about. It's micro bags or like clutch purses. That was really hard to say. But micro bags, what are the point? I don't understand this one. This one I am passionate about because I am the type of person who, I hate bags. I hate purses hanging off me. I'm a backpack girl or like a sling bag girl, and I hate having shit in my hands. So if I'm gonna have a bag, it's gonna be functional, and it's also gonna stay the fuck out of my way. So you know what I just don't understand? Micro bags, clutches. Why do I want a bag that I have to hold? I might as well just hold what I wanted to put in the bag, you know? I don't, and I can't, and I won't. Couldn't pay me enough. The next two sort of go hand in hand, and I know people who love these and rock these, okay? So this one is strictly just for me because some people look so good, I just don't think they match who I am. And it's those like beachy wedges, those like platform wedges, and they're all like rattan or Hessian. I don't know how to describe it. I'm obviously putting pictures up, so hopefully you guys get it. And then match this with the ridiculously oversized floppy beach hats. Are there some women who rock these? Yes, absolutely. I know a couple very close to me who can put on these big floppy ass hats and a pair of wedges and absolutely slay. Me? Definitely not. Won't catch them in my wardrobe. Sorry, girls. The next couple are definitely from my like teenage years, but I keep seeing them in like TikTok videos and like hauls of like retro or vintage fashion. That makes me concerned in and of itself. I'm a late 90s baby. Please do not refer to me as vintage, not yet. Anyway, I'm gonna lump them all together because they come from like the same or very, very similar time period. It's the layered camis or layered t-shirts. Just fucking chuck one on, love. Just pick one. Like, I always hated when I was in like primary school going into high school, the look of the like lace and then lace and then lace, or even just a t-shirt with a lace. For some reason that used to trigger the shit out of me, but I think that's because I just hate lace. I don't think that was like a hatred of that trend specifically. It's just the lace on the bottom of everything when I was growing up. Blech. Anyway, so there's the layered camis or layered t-shirts. Don't get it, don't understand. I get way too hot for that shit. Followed with statement necklaces and sock buns. Now, have I rocked the sock bun? Absolutely I have. Back when it was like cool to turn up in like office wear to school, you know. I think everyone would have had the like sock bun up here with the little bits out at the side of the head, and you're all got your winged eye. Well, I don't have winged eyeliner because I've never been able to do it very well, and I'm very jealous of the girls who knew how to do that at 16 years old. Definitely not me. But then you'd all jump in your school photo and you'd be like, it was a time. Have I rocked the sock bun? Yes. Would I rock it again? Honestly, maybe. I kind of just do my hair a little bit differently than that. I wear buns almost every single day. I don't think I would rock the like executive office worker sock bun ever again, but I think my hair's literally in a bun right now. Just different kinds. We've outgrown the sock bun. And don't even get me started on layered necklaces. That's another one that if you like it, go hard, girl. Me? I don't understand why you've got like a quarry worth of rocks hanging off your collarbones. I don't get it. This one, okay, hold on. This one I think is relatively new, like within the last couple of years, surely. And it's the socks with heels thing. I just don't understand. I think I like those shoes that are like, they're heels that come up and it looks like a tight sock, but it's actually the heel, like the shoe. I like that. I think that is really neat, especially when they're so like form-fitting and like very obviously like soft, or maybe not soft, but like the less structured, more skin type material. I think that is really cool. But just straight up wearing socks under like stilettos or like your strappy heeled kitten. Genuinely, can someone explain that one to me? I don't know where this trend has come from and I just don't understand it. Is it from a TV show or is it from like a certain fashion designer that does this? I don't know. It's just kind of appeared on my social media and I don't get this one. I'm sorry. You can try and explain it to me though, like I'm willing to learn. Okay, here's an oldie but a goodie that I never got into, but again, knew some girls in high school that rocked this and looked phenomenal. The flower crown. Couldn't pay me enough money to rock me own flower crown now as an almost 30-year-old woman. You know what I actually really did despise back in the day? That horrid fucking Snapchat filter that was just the massive flowers and it like washed everything down to like that weird pale sepia pastel wash. You know the one I'm talking about because it's still all over frickin' TikTok because people do those like nostalgia things where they're like, peaked in high school. Yeah, I bet you fucking did. I can't handle that filter. I hated it then, I hate it now. Please don't bring that back on my feed and please don't bring flower crowns back. I can't. Can we leave flowers where they're meant to be, which is nature? I think they're prettier there. Okay, this one I have done and my best friend, one of my best friends was like, she was the queen of this and she looked so good in them. So this is one of the ones that I actually didn't hate growing up. Loved it. Would I do it now? Nah, I don't think so. I think it's just kind of been outgrown, but I'm worried that they might come back. So baby millennials, us around the 30 range, be aware. I've got a feeling we're going to see high-low skirts again. Are they already out and I've missed it? If they're not already out, I think we're going to see high-low skirts again. I was never the hugest fan of these, but I will say I did own one or two of them because I think everybody just wants to fit in. And I don't think they're the worst. Like I was saying, my best friend growing up in college, high school, still my best friend now, love you, she used to wear like high-low skirts quite a lot, and she looked phenomenal. That's how good she looked. I can't even describe it. But no, I remember her looking so good in these that she is the reason that I brought one, because I was like, I want to be just like her, because if you're not like that with your best friends in high school, what the fuck's the point, you know? But anyway, again, now I think if they came back into fashion, for me, it's cringe at this point. I'm like, oh, you had your time, you were so good. Do I need to visit you every Christmas like an old aunt? Not really. Sorry, I'm leaving that one behind. This one's a little bit more ambiguous. I had ripped jeans, but I actually quite like some ripped jeans. I think if you do ripped jeans right, they can look really cool, even now. I know they're not like super huge in fashion anymore, but I would still rock a pair of ripped jeans. What I don't like personally is the ripped tights. I think, again, if you're like alt or goth or something along those lines, you can put together outfits that make ripped tights look really fucking cool. But could I ever pull that off? Absolutely not. And I wouldn't even try, because I know that I'm not that cool. And I think for me, I've got this like, this is so stupid, but I went to school at a place where I had to wear a uniform and you had to wear tights. And I only had, like, you know, being a short, thick girl, it was kind of hard to get tights that fit. So I only had like 1 or 2 pairs, and I had this consistent, like, trauma of ripping tights. So, like, if my tights ever ripped, it was the end of the fucking world for me. And so I think I've kind of just carried that into adulthood, and every time I see a pair of tights that's ripped, whether it's like styled or not, my brain just goes, oh no. And I can't get past it. Again, I've seen some really cool put together outfits on TikTok and Pinterest and stuff where they look so good, but for me it's like a 1 in 10 kind of thing, and I'm leaning towards the side of I just can't do it. It's too much trauma in my bones on that one. I've only got a couple left, but these are ones that I am actually quite passionate about. Again, if you love these, if you rock these, 100% go ahead. Would I ever? No. Mainly because I think that they look terrible on me. The first one is tiered skirts. Now, I know not too long ago I did a haul that had a tiered skirt in it because I thought, you know what, I'm going to go out of my comfort zone. I'll give it a try, see if I liked it. I tried to wear that skirt about 4 times, and every single time I put it on, I feel like it just got worse. I just got this like inert hatred for it, and I can't do the tiered skirts. I just don't think they're flattering. Again, 1 in 10 people for me can pull this off. I think if you put a lot of thought into it and really curate an outfit, they can look good. But 9 times out of 10 they just don't, and I can't handle it. I don't know. I don't know. I think for me, I'm just like a straight up and down. I love a good pencil skirt. I love a good like just straight maxi skirt. I like just like a regular skirt with a slit up the side, you know? Simple, clean, easy. You add a couple of tiers to it and it gets way too complicated for me. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I have a headache. I haven't drunk enough water today. Okay, couple more. This one again I'm very, very passionate about. Low rise. Just blanket anything. Low rise anything. For me, I just can't. Again, I think there's that anxiety surrounding it for me, because would it look good on me and my body type? Probably not. I would be way too just like obsessed and preoccupied with the amount of me spilling out of said low rise item, but that's just me. If you want to rock it, go ahead. I don't know how people wear low rise items, because it could be, you know, it could be like a skirt, shorts, pants, whatever. How are you not consistently afraid of giving like plumber's crack? Like, that's all I see. 99% of the time, if someone's walking around or walking on the street in front of me and you've got low rise on, I can see your ass crack. Or like this freaking close to it, and I can't. It gives me anxiety. I've seen these videos of people like recreating old moments, as I've mentioned about a million times, and it's when you're back in like the early 2000s or 90s, whenever it was, when low rise was really, really popular, and you'd get to the point where you'd drop something on the floor and you'd be like, well, that lives there now, because otherwise everyone's going to see my ass. Or at minimum, my underwear. And back then that was like scandalous. A lot more acceptable now, because we live in the future, apparently. But you know, just, I still can't do that. I could not, no. No, there'd be way too much of me everywhere, and I don't think the world needs that. Had to resituate myself because I think this last one, it might be quite heated. My nose is itching, hold on. Anyway, I know this one is quite a heated debate with people. It's cowboy or farm style. So, you know, like your cowboy boots and hats, your big belt buckles, your like plaid button downs, all that kind of stuff on people who are not farmers. Can't do it. Can't handle it. And you can tell like almost immediately who's a townie and who's not, because, and I say this as someone who is a townie, like my family is very, very deep into like agriculture and farming and things like that. But does that mean that I walk around in cowboy boots or gum boots and my friggin' hats? And no, I don't, because I don't work on a farm. Like when I go and visit my brother, yes, I will wear my farm clothes on the very rare occasion that I will go on said farm, but it is what it is. And I'm like, okay, if you don't work on the farm, please refrain. If you're not brought up around the manimals, the aminimals, please just, why? I know it's cute, I know it's aesthetic, but it is sometimes so painful, and that is one that I am exceedingly passionate about. I worked for 6 years for a farming supply company, and we'd get people that come into the store and they'd be like, hi, I'm from a farm, and you'd be like, nice try, babe, nice try. Am I saying that if you're not like actively farming or in agriculture that you can't wear these things? No. I mean, look, I've said it a million times throughout the video, wear whatever you wear, do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying, personally for me, sometimes it feels like people are putting on a costume, and I know that that's what it would feel for myself. Like if I went and got dressed up in that kind of get up and then went to town, I would feel like I'm being something that I'm not. And I know that a lot of people just dress that way because they think that the aesthetic is cute and they think that it looks great, or you know, maybe they love cowboy boots, because lots of people do. I know that cowboy boots are a really big thing. Me personally, not a fan, but if you are, that's okay. I feel like it kind of feels like looking at people in Halloween costumes sometimes, and that for me, it's just odd. It's just weird. Like, okay, you do you, I'll do me. That was everything that I actually had on my list, but I have thought of a couple of others again. I think they're a little bit more old school than anything now, but if they're not coming back, please don't bring them back. And it's those really, really fat belts that everyone used to wear. What are you even wearing them on? They're not holding up your pants. You just like put them on around your waist as a fashion statement. If you're gonna wear a belt, make it functional. Otherwise, what is the point? And again, with the functionality thing, I just thought of those little skirts that people wear as like wraps on the beach. Now, don't get me wrong, I love a good wrap. I love a good cover up, a shawl. But those ones that are like macrame with the really big holes in them and like beads, they kind of just look like fishing nets. I don't understand why we're wearing them. Again, that's some people's style and that's okay. Is it mine? I don't know. No, I do know it's not my style. That's where we were going with that. I'm gonna leave it there because I think I could question things about the fashion world for a really, really long time, because evidently from this video there's just a lot of things that I don't really understand. If you want to educate me kindly in the comments, that would be great, because like I said earlier, I'm absolutely open to learning. If you know where these trends have come from, or maybe if you know a way to rock them and make them look really cute, you can send me like a message or a comment or something. That would be cool, because I do want to understand some of these things, and some of them I'm just like, look, I know it's not for me, but if it's for you, that's totally cool. Remember that I'm doing this kindly, so if you guys want to comment, please be kind. Thank you once again for joining me for another video. If you liked it, make sure you leave me a like and a comment. If you want to see more of my content, please subscribe. I do post every Sunday at 7 AM Brisbane time. My neighbour has decided that now is the ideal time to weed whack, so I'm going to go and save you listening to that. And I will see you next week. Bye.